A game of chess is like a sword fight. You must think first, right? Before you move.
Probably the number one question that I get asked is how to handle projectile characters. A lot of people have issues getting around zoning techniques and some pretty defensive strategies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through some tips and tricks, just some basics as well, to get in and probably make it a little bit easier for you to get in on them as well. Maybe frustrate them as they frustrate you, just so you're not jumping in without a purpose. So first we're going to talk about a technique that I use to focus through projectiles. Normally what you would do is you would press the focus attack and dash by pressing forward twice. What I do is I press forward while I press the focus attack, and all I have to do is press forward once more to dash. So I'd be walking forward. As a projectile comes towards me, I would continue holding forward, press the focus attack, and then I would only have to press forward once, and then I would dash out fairly quickly, and that would allow me to use a normal to start a combo or prepare myself so I can focus attack through another projectile depending on how far away I am. Crane crouching medium kick. This is probably one of the most effective normals that Gen has to go up against projectiles. Basically all you have to do is before the projectile gets to you, press crouch and medium kick at the same time as long as you're in crane. Now this doesn't work against every character or against every version of their projectile, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to post a list that was provided by the book 24, and that way you can see who this works against and who it doesn't. There's two main characters that really want you to jump, and they use their projectiles to force you to do that. That's Delcium and Guile. Both of them have really good projectiles. Guile has awesome recovery from his, and they both have amazing anti-airs. Against both of them, you really don't want to focus attack too often because they do have normals that will beat you when you're coming out of the focus attack. So what I do is I select Ultra 2, so when I do have that stocked, they'll think twice to anti-air me, and then I can either jump in, or if they do try to anti-air me, they'll eat an Ultra. I use this against Guile's air throw as well. Anytime they do a sonic boom and jump in, they will try to grab and they'll eat an ultra. Basically, with Guile's air throw, you really need to practice your normals and practice your reaction time, because if he throws that and he can pretty much do a early jump and then throw you, or a late jump on reaction and throw you. So you just need to practice your normals on reaction and not throw them out too early or too late, obviously, or you'll get thrown. So you just need to go in the lab and practice that over and over again on how far away you can be when you throw a normal, because the active frames are different with different moves. So just go ahead and practice in lab, and then that way you'll have a feel for when you can throw out the jabs or the medium kicks. I prefer the crane medium punch and the crane heavy kick, as well as the Manus heavy kick. The parry glitch is pretty advanced, but it is very effective. Basically what you need to do is when a projectile gets right in front of your face, you need to press focus attack, and then you need to plink it into the change stance. So if you're in the crane stance, you have to plink into Manus, and then if you're in Manus, you have to plink into crane. But what this does is you don't use the full frames for when you're focus attacking and then dashing. You only use the frames from the change stance, and that is about 5 frames. So that allows you to actually jump out of the focus attack a lot faster, or dash towards the character a lot faster than you normally would if you're doing a normal focus attack. So this is a great tool if you know how to use it and can actually utilize it in a match. Once you've had a chance to practice these tools, you need to put them together. All you have to do is go ahead and set a dummy to do random footsie normals and some projectiles, and that way you can practice reacting to the speeds of the projectiles as well as the spacing. Really work on the spacing, so if you're going up against somebody like Ryu and he's throwing a Hadouken, you know how far away you can be to safely jump in without him doing a Shoryuken, or if you focus attack through and you try to do a normal to start a combo, sometimes you're too far away and Ryu can actually counter that. So you really need to work on your spacing, get used to positioning of the screen, so when you're focus attacking in, you can actually know when to block or to actually do a normal or a throw, and if he throws a Hadouken, you can jump over and you know that you have enough time to jump over that fireball without being anti-aired. So just go ahead and practice some basic techniques and mix it up, and then that way you can get that all in your muscle memory. So just in final thoughts, one of the things I didn't talk about was the EX roll. I don't use that too often. The one time that I do use it is if I'm stuck in a corner and I want to get myself out of there, then I will use it. But I find any time that I'm just too busy playing footsies to hold a charge to do an EX roll through. So I'd rather use all the other tools to get in on somebody. Other than that, just keep practicing, and I'm just going to go ahead and leave you some random videos of some escapes and some risky stuff. So thanks for watching.
By the power of Ra.
Whoa.